Chris Sewall here, baseball card collector, investor, dealer in that order. Welcome to the good stuff. High Rollers Vintage Edition, and it's basically Vintage Edition this week because we were looking at the latest Memory Lane auction. They feature heavily vintage, and this last Memory Lane auction is no exception. We'll jump right in after I mentioned that this week's list is brought to you by Hoodies Collectibles. They're a consignment company that will sell your cards for you via eBay auctions. I've been using them myself for a couple of years now as part of my overall selling strategy. Great customer service. They get your cards listed fast and they get you paid quickly as well, much faster than some of the other companies. They've recently lowered their selling fees. And think about this chart for a second. If you sell a card through Hoodies for, let's say, $200, well, you're paying 14% commission. That's all in. I mean, if you sold a card yourself on eBay, that's about what eBay would charge you. But they do all the scanning, the listing, the shipping, the dealing with customers. They do all that for you. Plus, your item is being auctioned by an account with a lot more eyeballs on it than a standard eBay account. If you're looking to sell some cards, I recommend you give them a try. I've included their info in the description below, and I thank Hoodies for sponsoring this week's High Rollers. Looking at the top 10 highest sports card sales from the latest Memory Lane auction, which ended in January. But before we count down the top 10, let's check out some honorable mentions. We will start with pre-war baseball. 1921 exhibits George Herman Babe Ruth. It's graded a PSA VGEX 4. Went for $34,407.60. All the prices you see here include the buyer's premium, so the hammer price was less than this, but this is what the buyer is paying out of pocket to own the card. More Babe Ruth, or at least 3 of them in this lot. 255 cards of 1933 Goudey baseball, including 3 Babe Ruths. 3 Babe Ruths are all graded PSA Poor 1s. There's also a Lou Gehrig rookie graded a Poor 1. $25,029.60 for the entire lot. Teddy Ballgame rookie, 1939 play ball, PSA near mint 8 from our Blazer division. A little off center, but otherwise super sharp. $43,998. Another 1939 play ball item. This is over 1,000 cards from 1939 play ball. It's a low grade lot across the board, but low grade doesn't always mean bad. As you can see, it includes 4 Joe Namath rookies. They're all graded PSA 1s or authentic. $44,724 for the 1,000 plus card lot, which includes 22 PSA graded cards. Switching from low grade to high grade, check this out. 1973 Topps Johnny Bench. It's a PSA Gem Mint 10. That's just a pop 3. Really cool in action shot of Johnny. $27,631. Check a couch cushions. You're going to need an extra 20 cents to cover the cost on this one. More 1970s baseball. 1975 Topps Mini complete set. Every card is graded by PSA, and the set is the number 9 ranked set on the PSA set registry with an average grade of 8.5. So assuming sort of a normal distribution, that'd be roughly half 8s and half 9s, $37,948.80. More 1970s. 1977 Topps Baseball Vending Case. All 24 boxes are authenticated by Baseball Card Exchange. $43,950.20. A couple of modern baseball cards. 2001 Bowman Chrome Refractor Auto Albert Pujols rookie. Card still numbered out of 500. BGS Gem Mint 9.5. 10 for the auto. Just short of 24 grand. And 2000 Topps Traded Certified Autograph Miguel Cabrera rookie. PSA Gem Mint 10. This is Cabrera's only rookie auto. $22,784 and change. Football. How about a 1950 Bowman complete set? 144 cards in the set. Every card is graded by PSA. That includes 5 PSA 8s and 139 PSA 7s. Impressive uniformity there. $15,000 plus. 1962 Topps Lou Graza PSA Mint 9. $27,457.20. And one more football. 1984 Topps 368 different cards from the set where every card is graded by PSA, and they're all PSA 10s except for 4 of them, which are PSA 9s. That actually does not include the key cards from the set, Dan Marino rookie, John Elway rookie, Eric Dickerson rookie, etc., but includes a lot of other stars and commons. It goes for $17,000 plus. It's roughly $50 per card. Basketball super rare card here. 1933 Sport Kings number 3, Nat Holman, graded PSA near mint 8. Should have checked the pop report on that, didn't, but can't be that high. $48,432. Non-sports, check out the price fetched here. 1962 Topps Mars Attacks unopened wax pack, graded PSA near mint 8, which is just a pop 2 with none higher. $66,599. We're going to round up as I forgot my change purse. And we'll finish on an action figure. 1978 Kenner Star Wars Princess Leia unopened action figure, graded an AFA 85 near mint plus. Goes for over $10,000. That may be a scruffy looking Nerf herder, but even I know the force is strong with this one. But now into the top 10, the main event, and leading off at number 10, 1952 Topps, number 391, Ben Chapman. It's graded a PSA Mint 9, and Ben Chapman is essentially a common here, but he's in the really tough high number series, and these are even ultra impossible to get in this high of a grade. And because of the pop report and the PSA set registry, even commons of this very, very popular set can fetch big bucks. There are actually a lot of commons sold in this auction. The Ben Chapman here was the highest of all the commons, as it went for $50,853.60. This is Chapman's first ever appearance on a High Rollers top 10 list. Welcome, Ben. It's also the second ever sale of a PSA 9 copy of this card. The first one went about 2 years ago for just $12,000, so it's by far the all-time record sale of this card in any grade. It is a PSA Pop 3, and there are no copies graded higher. Number 9, 1951 Bowman, number 305, Willie Mays rookie. Graded a PSA near mint 7, and card looks beautifully sharp. As you look at it here, a little off center left to right, but not much else to complain about. Front photo is extremely crisp, and the back is very clean as well. Sold for $54,790.80. This sale's pretty standard for a PSA 7 at this point. The last 9 sales actually have a very low range, ranging from just $48,000 up to $58,000. So this one is right sort of smack dab in the middle of that. This card's a PSA Pop 120, and there are about 100 copies graded higher, none of which have ever been graded a PSA 10. Number 8, 1963 Topps, number 540, Bob Clemente, better known as Roberto Clemente, graded a PSA Mint 9, which strikes me as a bit generous given the centering there. Card is fairly off-centered left to right. Card is in the tough high number series. 1963 Topps high numbers are tough, meaning it's quite a bit rarer than other cards from the 1963 Topps set. Sold for $56,047.20. This sale is actually wildly high. It's the all-time record sale of the card in any grade ever. The previous high record for a 9 was $27,000. That was in August of 2022. And in fact, there's been a PSA 9 sale since this one in a heritage auction that went for $21,000. So, like I said, this price is extremely, extremely high. The card here is a PSA Pop 35, and there exist 2 copies graded higher, Gem Mint 10s. Number 7, 1967 Topps Baseball Complete Master Set. 624 cards in the set, and Master Set means it includes all the variations, errors and variations. Every card is graded by PSA, and this is the number 9 ranked set on the PSA set registry with an average grade of just over an 8. You can see the Mantle there is an 8, Mays is an 8, Rod Carew rookie is an 8, Aaron's an 8, Clemente's an 8, etc., etc., etc. Sold for $61,909 and change. To be honest, if you had told me the number 9 set from 1967 on the set registry, I would have guessed it would have sold quite a bit higher than that. It seems like there'd be a lot of breakup value there, but I obviously didn't do the actual calculation. That's just sort of what my gut tells me. Number 6, 1955 Topps, number 50, Jackie Robinson from our Blazer division. It's graded a PSA Mint 9 and looks absolutely crisp and sharp everywhere you look. I don't see, can't find a flaw to complain about. Let me check out the back. I guess maybe a little off-center top to bottom as you look at the card on the back. That's about the best I can do. Sold for $72,198. The sale is actually pretty kind of on the low side. So the fourth sale of a PSA 9 since 2018, and it's the lowest of those 4. The other ones went for $93,000, $93,000, and $85,000. So a little on the low side, but certainly nothing crazy going on. It's a PSA Pop 24, and there exists 1 copy in a PSA 10 holder, and that PSA 10 actually sold all the way back in 2007 for just $44,000, probably close to $1 million card today. Still waiting on that time machine. Number 5, 1955 Topps, number 164. Hey, they got his name right this time. Roberto Clemente, rookie. Graded a PSA near mint 8, and another absolute scorcher. Maybe a little bit off center left to right. Tiniest bit of some surface specks here and there. Maybe slightly tipped corners if you're really reaching. And really, really clean looking card. 8 looks like a solid grade for sure. Sold for $75,807 and change. Sales a little on the low side, but not really by much. The average of the last 6 sales going back to 2022 is 84,000. So yeah, down about 10% off the average of the last year plus. This card is a PSA Pop 123, and there are 15 copies graded higher, including one PSA 10. So a PSA 9 recently sold for over $1 million. The last PSA 10 sale, the one PSA 10 has in fact seen a sale. It went for $432,000 back in 2012. Probably, I don't know, a $3 or $4 million card at least today. Number 4, 1932 U.S. Caramel, number 32, Babe Ruth. Graded a PSA Near Mint 7, impossible card here. It's slightly off-center left to right, but 7 looks about right. Maybe slightly tipped corners, can't really tell for sure from the photos here. Back has the tiniest bit of staining towards the top, but really nothing major. I think 7 looks about right from what I can tell. Sold for $92,000 plus. This is the all-time record sale of this card in a PSA 7 by a lot, although there hasn't been a PSA 7 sale in about a year and a half. The previous high sale for a 7 was $75,000. That was in July of 2021. This card here is a PSA Pop 9, and there exist 15 copies graded higher, no 10s. Number 3, 1952 Topps, number 311, Mickey Mantle, graded a PSA EX5, and the most notable issue with the card here is the slant cut. If you look at, say, the right border, much wider towards the top than towards the bottom. Slant cuts always really bothered me a whole lot, and I would personally not consider this card to be at the 5 level, but technically, I guess perhaps by PSA standards or other grading standards, it may just be. Everything else about the card looks pretty nice. Nice crisp photo. Back is extremely clean. Sold for $116,100. This sale is pretty low compared to recent PSA 5. It's actually the lowest of the last 4, dating back through 2022. The average of the last 6 sales is $136,000. So again, on the low side, I would chalk up the slant cut to to explain why that would be. The card is a PSA Pop 176, and there are approximately 300 copies graded higher. Number 2, 1933 Goudey, number 106, Napoleon Lajoie, graded a PSA Near Mint 7. A very famous, extremely short print card. This card is not one you see pop up for sale in any grade. PSA 7 looks about right, a little bit off-centered, left to right, but nothing else really jumps out as a major issue. Back has, I guess the card stock's a little bit dirty, but nothing really, again, would suggest it should be lower than a 7. Sold for $171,483.60. This is the all-time record sale of this card in any grade other than a 9. It's about doubled the previous high record for a PSA 7, and it's higher than any PSA 8 sale that we have yet to see. This card is a PSA Pop 13, and there are 18 copies graded higher, none of which, again, are PSA 10s. And number 1, so far the top 10 has been all baseball, but number 1 goes to basketball. 1986 Fleer, number 57, Michael Jordan rookie, graded a PSA Gem Mint 10. This copy sold for $184,736.40. The sale is actually pretty standard. The average of the last 10 PSA 10 sales is $180,000. So right there. This card's been on a steady decline for the last 2 years. 2 years ago, this card was selling regularly over $500,000. Like I said, just sort of been on a steady decline since, but seems to have flattened out over the last 6 months or so. The card, as it stands now, is a PSA Pop 318. But that's it. Your top 10 this week featured 2 Roberto Clemente and 1 each of Willie Mays, Napoleon Lajoie, Mickey Mantle, Babe Ruth, Jackie Robinson, Michael Jordan, a 1967 Topps Baseball complete set, and newcomer Ben Chapman. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Tomorrow is regular rollers. Eat your vegetables, and I'll see you all again real soon. Thanks everyone.